Hi Libra, welcome to your quantum entanglement reading with me, Jocelyn, the Quantum Queen. Let us begin. Ooh, yeah. Okay, Libra. This is of course for Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and as always, welcome to my watchers. Crosswatcher, you could be dealing with a Libra, and the message could actually be for you. So feel free to take it however it resonates with you and your situation. Keep in mind that these are timeless readings, and if you guys would like to book a one-on-one reading with me, you can find my information down below in the description box. And just wanted to say thank you for liking, subscribing, and thank you for all the good karma donations. I appreciate it so much. Well, there we go. Oh, okay, Libra. You have got a lot of really good cards popping out here. So you've got, and this is like powerhouse. Do you know what I actually feel is happening? So we've got the Magician card, Wheel of Fortune, and the Priestess. So, and it's interesting, she's been coming out a lot today. I feel like what's happening, I'm going to take this in a different direction. You could be dealing with like a Gemini or something, or maybe a Pisces. Just throwing that out there, but there's actually someone that in your experience that you have like some type of like magical connection to, okay? And what's interesting is I'm getting this feeling that you're kind of coming in where you're not really like showing your cards. There's something that you're holding back. You know, the High Priestess, sometimes she's perceived as like having a secret or something, but it's not really like that. It's kind of like she knows how to play her cards. Like, to me, she's like the ultimate gambler because she's so poker faced and she's so intuitive. She knows exactly kind of like how to operate in situations. And that's what I'm seeing is going on with you, Libra. There's something where there's someone in your experience that I think previously they had a lot of influence over you. You know, like they seemed very magical to you, like they seemed like maybe you even had them a bit on a pedestal. Okay? That's changing now. I think that you have this very different perception of them because for some reason I'm drawn to like the magician side of the shadow side. It's like trickery, self-doubt, some deceptiveness, you know, and it's all coming from a place of insecurities. So I think that's what's happening, Libra. Like you have someone in your environment that maybe for a long time you had on a pedestal and you were like, oh, this person is like the end all be all, they know everything. And now they're kind of coming in where you actually kind of see that you're the more knowledgeable one, or you're the one that's accomplished more, or you're the one that actually knows more. There's just something about, there's this whole cycle change and this change of your mind where you're seeing it completely different now. Yeah, because I think, Libra, this is what's interesting. This is what's changing. There was someone in your life that you considered to be a mentor. And now you're kind of like, like it's shifting. Or maybe even vice versa, Libra. Maybe you thought you knew something more than someone else in your environment. And now it's coming in where you're like, oh, it's this whole teacher learner, you know, you're learning something out of the experience where maybe even you thought that you knew everything that was going on, but you might even be humbled by this. I don't know, there's just this really interesting entanglement of both of the energies. Let me just grab one more card. This can always kind of pertain to like a boss or like a parent type of situation, but it's just someone that you had once seen as knowing the answers, and now, I don't know, there's just this different shift of interesting. Okay, this is interesting. So we've got Eros, which is all about desire, eroticism, and sensuality. That could be, Libra, it could have been someone that you were more sexually interested in. And that's what I think is shifting. Oh, Libra, do you know what I think is happening? I think whoever this is for, it's like someone had a very magnetic pull on you. And you had a lot of desire for them and sensuality. And I think at times you couldn't even really explain why. There was something about that. It was almost like your body responses were so much stronger than what you knew to be logic. It took over you, and that's kind of what was happening. Is the karma of your kind of like chemical body came in and was starting to completely take hold in this situation. So it could have even for some of you been like a boss that you were very sexually attracted to, or obviously not a parent, so I'm not going to even go down that road. But it could have been something like just someone that you looked up to, that you maybe had on a pedestal because you thought for some reason that they knew all the like they had all the answers or something like that. But they're kind of coming in and being humanized in a way in your experience. And I'm actually seeing with the Wheel of Fortune, the thing that's changing is I think that there's, for you guys, you're gaining control over your emotions. And so now what's happening is you're starting to lose kind of like the desire or the sensuality for this, whatever this is, because it's almost like it was an illusion. It was kind of like this, something that you had conjured up in your mind to be something completely different than it was. Or it could have even been the influence that person had, that maybe they were in some type of a power position, and because of that they had kind of this magnetism, the magician. And it's like, it's such a fascinating entanglement, Libra. Like honestly, it could be vice versa. It really could be, where now you're kind of even coming off of the pedestal in someone's mind, someone that had you painted in some way, shape, or form. And it's like reality check, like that's turning away just because of with that Wheel of Fortune. I think normally I'd be like, oh, Libra, this connection is so magical and everything. But I actually feel like it feels more of like a lust, that's what I keep getting, is this more lust or a desire for something that was conjured up in your imagination. And Libras, I do think, can be very imaginative. Like, I think that they are really good about that. They're an air sign. Obviously, they're not like anything as far as like a Pisces, which it is interesting. That's a Pisces card. But maybe you guys have Pisces in your chart, so your ability to imagine things is like out of this world. But sometimes this is kind of the trick of that that gift, is that it can pull you out of reality, and then you can lose track of what's going on right here, right now. That's why everyone is talking so much about mindfulness and presence, because there is this fine line to tread between manifesting, like dreaming up something completely new and manifesting it, and also between like getting sucked into your own dreams and desires. There's a very, very fine line of difference there. So I'm going to pull out more cards because I'm very curious what's going on here. You got 2 8s right there. That card just keeps slipping. Something that you feel stuck about. Hanged Man and the 8 of Swords. Libra. So maybe what happened was, because the Hanged Man can be a perspective shift, so maybe this is something that you felt really stuck about and you couldn't understand it for a long time. And that might be the thing that's changing. Let's just see what comes out here. Okay. Well, let's see what the first card is. Look at... Again, I might put it back because I want to get new cards. But there it is again, Libra. There's something about I think even a connection that you have, okay, this is actually what I'm hearing. For example, if this is about work, where someone maybe has been trying to use some type of like influence over you, you know, to like draw you in, and using maybe something about you, maybe some vulnerability that you have to play on your emotions, that could have been the thing that they were even also contributing to make your imagination bigger about it. Does that make sense? So they could have picked up on something about you that, you know, you, like I said, you feel vulnerable about. And so they picked it up as maybe a way that they're portraying it as a strength for you. They're trying to boost you up in that type of way. Like, they're very good with their words. And so what happens is it's got you sucked in some way, shape, or form. Like, they do things on purpose to pull you in, but I keep getting that you're pulling out of that. Like, I think that's what's happening because, okay, we've got the Moon card. So this is all about an illusion. What was I saying? There's that illusion card coming right out. So they are using some type of like thing to pull you into an illusion, whoever this person is. This can play out in so many ways. Like I said, it could be a boss, it can be family, like seriously, it can play out in so many different ways. But what's happening is, I think this is really interesting. So we've got the Five of Wands. The way that you're going to be able to see, you know, like what's going on with this, and it did come out upside down, but it's like the way that you're going to be able to see underneath things is that occasionally they're going to show their shadow, okay? Occasionally you're going to catch little glimpses, because it's almost like, have you guys seen The Incredibles? This is literally what I'm seeing right now, okay? The Incredibles, how Vi, she has like that like force field of protection, you know, that illusion that she can pull up, but she hasn't learned how to kind of utilize that strength enough. So sometimes it can kind of falter, you know, like sometimes it can fade away, and then whatever is trying to get at them can come in. That's what I'm seeing with this. Like, eventually people can't hold on to illusions for very long. Like, eventually they fall away, and that's when you start to see glimpses of the conflict, of the shadow. So sometimes you might see, for example, that this person might be argumentative, and you really have to pay attention to the hypocrisy, you know, to the double standards, the things that don't line up. Like, that's where you really have to have a fine attention to detail when it comes to this type of person, because you have to see like how authentic they are, how much their words are truly lining up with every single thing, that not only what they say, but their actions. That's what you need to pay attention to, because this person, like, they can say and talk up a whole different world. It's very magical, all right? And kind of scary because this is very legit, you know? This is very much so you can get sucked into someone's reality and have no idea anything different, okay? I don't know why. That's just what's coming out with this whole read. But here's the Six of Pentacles. So I feel like what's happening is a part of the draw, you know, the thing that they use is they will be very generous in some way, shape, or form. But it's with an ulterior motive, okay? So it's with something where they don't mind offering it because it's no trouble to them, especially if they can pull you into their reality. That's not an issue for them. So maybe they're like actually generous with their money, or like providing you a place to stay, but eventually what's going to happen is it won't be sustainable. Like, that's why I'm seeing Eight of Cups, you walking away. But it's interesting that it came in upside down. So I think what happens, Libra, is there's someone in your life where they offer this so that you don't walk away. I can't remember the name of the tactic. I can't remember if it's something anyway. But do you see how with the Six of Pentacles, it's like dangling something over someone's head? Because it will prevent you from leaving and moving forward with your life. But you're seeing that now. Like, you're starting to see beneath that. And now with the Five of Cups flashing out here, this is where the core foundation of all of this is this person has a deep fear of being abandoned. So something probably happened to them when they were younger, like they were abandoned in some way, shape, or form. And so that's why, like, yes, there are people with these type of manipulations. And I know the comments are going to go crazy. Like, this is a narcissist, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I don't really care. It's understanding the entanglement of it all. Why did you come into contact with them? You know, what's the significance there? Because there is a pull, Libra. The Five of Cups, that can be a looking back at the past, you know, loss of an opportunity. And so maybe there's a part of you that even stays in this environment. Like I said, maybe it's family, maybe it's a lover, maybe it's a job. It could even be a job giving you perks so that you don't walk away. But here you are wanting to go to the future, but feeling some type of guilt that pulls you away, and it feels like you can't really truly step away from this. I hope that all makes sense. It's very, very specific. But this person, especially, the thing that they use to pull on is kind of used to their benefit is generosity, and it's with something that they've picked up about you that is your type of desire. So that can play out in a ton of different ways. So say, for example, this is a job, and you have like all these perks of maybe you get free food, like, or you get to use all these free things in the company, or, you know, like there's these little perks on the side, because the whole core of the operation in and of itself was set up off of this fear of being left and abandoned. And so the fear is going to cause the Wheel of Fortune to cause it to continue in this cycle. Does that make sense? So yeah, Libra, I know it's a very specific message, and I really did not expect it to go in that direction, but that's just what happens. So I'm going to dive into the extended with this. If you guys want to join me over there, feel free. Go down below, click on the Vimeo link, and I'll see you on the other side. But Libra, if this is where we leave things, I'm sending you guys so much love, wishing you all the very best, and I'll see you in your next reading. Take care.